And Harden told me that he's constantly having to go back to the drawing board to figure out how he can get better because he said in this league, you cannot get satisfied. The Rays are looking for the sweep today, but it will come at the tough task of facing two-way player Shohei Ohtani. Rays pitchers had to face him as a hitter, and now Rays hitters have to face him on the mound. Brad, you led off this offense with a home run, and then you also had an opposite field double. How much of a difference does it make for you hitting at the top of the order? You're averaging 34 points in the last 5 games. You started off strong tonight. What is it that you have that allows you to take over games like that? I'm Michelle Margaux. This is Mike Stan. You're watching Astros postgame presented by Whataburger here at Minute Maid Park. Justin Verlander with his 18th win of the season. He just keeps dominating.
Yeah, he wasn't quite as sharp as we saw him in his last start. Well, I don't think he could really be as sharp as he was, since he did throw a no-hitter and strike out 14.
Last week we talked about the league's increase in offense. More teams are following the Rockets' example of maximizing efficiency in terms of the shots they take. And it's no longer as much about getting an open shot, but instead getting a shot from the right position on the court. This Utah Jazz team is actually very similar to the one last year. Not a whole lot has changed, but he said both the Jazz and the Rockets are in a very similar spot trying to find themselves. Framber Valdez is making his second start of the season for the Astros today. He's made 14 appearances out of the bullpen this season, but he is no stranger to starting. He did make 5 starts for the Astros last year. How do you think the preparation is going to be different for Josh James, who's going to be opening this game?
Well, it's not going to be different at all.
She asked the Rays, what did you do during the All-Star break? What are the answers, Michelle?
Rich, I have to say no words necessary for this one. Let me reach into my Mary Poppins bag real quick, because Sergio Romo brought in this little guy today.
No.
Oh, I think I woke him up from a nap.
Obviously, yeah. Chico at 7 weeks old is not potty trained yet.
If I'm in a different outfit later in the game, you'll know why. You're one of only 2 players in the major leagues right now that has more walks than strikeouts, and you just hit your 31st home run of the season on a 3-1 count. How does your patience in that situation actually help you hit a bomb like that? I'm assuming you didn't expect to play as many minutes as you played this early on in this season. How nice has that been, and what did Coach tell you at the beginning of the season? Well, you look at guys like Austin Rivers, Kenneth Furry, Daniel House Jr., who are not under contract for next season, but those 3 guys all played pretty big roles off the bench for the Rockets this season, filled some voids. So what do you do in that situation? What is the difference for you between playoff basketball and regular season basketball?
Playoff basketball is just a different intensity.
You alluded to it earlier, but when you play the same team over and over again, at what point in the series do you feel like, I know this team now, I know everything that there is to know about them?
Well, it should be after game 1, but usually about, at least after game 2 or 3.
You've been in this league a while. What stands out about this specific team in this season that makes you think it's capable of winning a title?
Our team this year, we just been through a lot.
You guys were able to play at your pace tonight instead of their slow down half-court pace. How much of that played into tonight's win?
Well, that's what we talked about. We said this is going to be a fight of the will game.
You start the game at second base, Duffy gets hurt, you shift over to third, you make some really good defensive plays over there. Does an unexpected move like that affect you at all? You set another NBA record tonight, your 8th consecutive game of 35-5. You told me the other day that you play to be the best, and ultimately you want to get an NBA championship, but is there any specific NBA record that you want to break?
Individually, I don't think so. I think just bringing a championship to the city is the most important thing.
Welcome back into the Fox Sports San Diego studios. Time now for an instructional. We've got Chase Darno here, base stealing expert. Small ball is a huge part of the game, especially with the Padres. We've got quick guys on the team, especially Corey Spangenberg. What makes him steal a base so effectively? Well, as of now, before the defensive switches, Eric Gordon is assigned to defend Donovan Mitchell, but he said he's very confident in the Rockets defense so that they do not need to over-exaggerate and try to trap him with a second guy, but he did stress the importance of trying to make him take contested shots, Kevin. It is a very highly debated topic on whether or not pitchers should hit the universal DH. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm an old school National League guy. I'm from right here in Houston, Texas. Unfortunately, at some point, maybe in the near future, we will go to a full-time DH.
Well, aren't you just the bearer of bad news? Thank you.
Gosh.